So the context of this research is the GeoCapabilities project, which is a project with partners in Finland, Greece, Belgium, USA, funded by the EU, the Comenius programme, and it's been running for now about a year, the first year of 3 years. Since we started, we've got associate partners in Sweden, Germany, Singapore, far away as China, and we think that alone is quite significant. But what is this project about? Well, ultimately it's about geography as a school subject. Now, I'm a geography educationist. I started off as a school teacher. I'm now a professor of geography education, and there aren't many of those. And I argue that geographical knowledge offers a powerful contribution to the creation of the educated person. Now, in some ways that's not at all controversial, but it is a remarkably hard argument to put, and there are a number of reasons for that. One of them is that internationally geography is quite unstable. So in Finland, for example, geography is linked to the biological sciences mainly. In the USA, geography tends to be subsumed under the social studies. In my country, in England, geography tends to be parcelled with the humanities. And so there's a lack of international legibility about what actually geography is. But also, I think everyone thinks they know what geography is. There's a popular imaginary of geography, which is about capital cities, longest rivers, highest mountains, biggest oceans. And that's not what I mean when I talk about geographical knowledge. And ultimately, this project is about the power of being able to learn to think geographically, to think about yourself in the world. And we are using the capabilities idea to frame that argument. And that's why we're so excited that so many international partners, these associate partners are totally unfunded, but they're very interested in the work we're doing. So that's the context of the research. Well, we've adopted a capabilities approach, hence the title of our project, GeoCapabilities. Now, there isn't time in this video to talk about the origins of capabilities. It stretches back to Amartya Sen's work in welfare economics. But to summarise the approach that we've adopted, we're saying a capabilities approach is about human capability, human functionings, which contribute to their ability to operate as agents, as independently minded people in society, in the world. Ultimately, it's about human freedoms. So capabilities is a useful concept because it's not just about skills and competencies, it's about knowledge and understanding as well. It's about what I mentioned earlier, the educated person. To give you some examples, a capable person is autonomous, he's able to think and reason. And of course, when we look around the world, not everybody is able to do that for lots of reasons, poverty and so on. Another way of thinking about capability is about the ability to think about choices, about how to live. A third capability set that we're interested in is about the potential people have to understand their potential as creative and productive citizens. Translate that to geography, and we're saying that in terms of autonomy and this ability to think and reason, in geography we're able to do that about ourselves in a global context, and our relational understanding about ourselves in the environment, in society. And that requires knowledge and understanding, powerful disciplinary knowledge that needs to be taught. If you take the idea of choices about how to live, that immediately in our world of geography education gets us to think and learn more about sustainability, for example, or the idea of a person being a global citizen. And the idea about a person's potential as a creative and productive member of society, that to me brings us to geography through the geography's ability to help people understand the global economy and how it functions, the importance of intercultural understanding, which is crucial to living in the modern world. Now, we found that this capabilities approach is a really powerful way to frame the importance of powerful geographical knowledge, which is what a school has a sacred duty to try and impart in some way to young people, and the wider education aims that any system has to create autonomous, productive and able citizens. The capabilities approach helps us frame this. It links powerful geographical knowledge to wider educational aims, and I think that's why it's excited a lot of interest around the world, not just Europe. What we've found from the research so far, and I'll repeat, we're halfway through really this project, is that the idea of capabilities itself is quite difficult to communicate, but that alone is quite an interesting finding. It's caused a lot of discussion and debate. But also I think the idea of powerful disciplinary knowledge itself is quite difficult to communicate. It has different meanings but between countries, but capabilities is offering a framework for thinking about this. And it's also, our research so far has shown there's a great level of interest in school teachers' work, what school teachers need to do with a geography curriculum in order to release this claim that we're making, that geographical knowledge and learning geography in school can contribute to a person's capability. So at this point we're in the middle of creating techniques and researching those and evaluating those to communicate these big ideas internationally. And there's a website which is easy to find, geocapabilities.org, and in the future there will be further training platforms for teachers as we develop this research project.